It's nice to be here this evening. It's nice to be with you all because I know I'm amongst people who understand. And I know you understand what that means, truly. So welcome. I'm glad we're all here tonight to have the recognition, the deserved recognition that all of you need and deserve on this journey as caregivers, as participants, as people in the control group who've helping us all on doing the research and participating and making a difference. I want to recognize before I get into my few things that I wish to share with you is that, so we're in a building that's called Dejop. And Dejop is a word from the Ho-Chunk Nation. And it's a recognition of the four lakes, Dejop. It's a recognition, too, that this is Ho-Chunk land, and I want to recognize that truth. We are on Ho-Chunk land, and I say that because there's something really important about acknowledging all of the communities here and acknowledging the truth of all of the communities within our community as well. We are a very diverse group of folks, both in the, here in Madison and rural communities across age, across a number of aspects of our identities. And I just can't emphasize how important that is and how grateful I am that we're all here. And that's really the point that I'm hoping to bring connected to why I participate. So I'm a part of the impact participation. As Sanjay has said, both of my parents have been identified with Alzheimer's and are fortunate both financially after the time that we spent trying to keep them in their home, caring for them up to a point we could no longer, and they were fortunate enough to be able to be in memory care here in Madison. But I say that because I know that this is quite a journey for us all in all of our roles, what we take on. Like you, like many of the folks here, I've been through all of the studies. I'm grateful to see there's a gentleman here who's wearing a REACH t-shirt, so I know, there he is. Stand up, show what I'm talking about. So the REACH t-shirt means that this gentleman has been doing a lot of activities. He's been wearing an accelerometer. He's been writing in a journal on a daily basis, all the things that he's been doing, monitoring himself. So I've been a part of that. I've had my blood drawn. I've had more tests than I can remember about memory. And I've also participated in the optional aspects of cerebral spinal fluid. Also, I'm one of the people who has said, yes, I will donate my brain. The importance of this, that we truly have a cross-section of folks doing this. I can't emphasize it more, and thank you. I can't emphasize that either more than that. I feel like I do this because I know I have an impact in my own community. And what I mean by that is I know that when I am back in the community I grew up in, that I return to care for my parents, people hear me differently. When I talk about my experience, people trust what I'm saying. They're willing to take the time to hear me and learn more about it, and I can encourage them to participate. For example, I'm part of putting together a dementia-friendly community where I grew up in the village of Sherwood Hills. And like many communities throughout Dane County, there are now dementia-friendly communities, which is wonderful. So there are people like myself doing this within our communities. And I say this because I know that we all have the opportunity to do something likewise. I could not do in my community what you'd be able to do within your community. It's so specific. One thing that I've come to understand, I'm also a cancer survivor, by the way, so I sometimes think about the experiences of what I'm doing around this. And one thing that I've come to realize, at least my experience as a cancer survivor, is that this is so much more intimate. This is so much more community. than that experience that I went through, at least, dealing and surviving, being a cancer survivor. And therefore, the importance of talking about this within one's community and being heard and trusted and being out there. I just can't emphasize that more. And so I see this also as a responsibility that I hope that some of us can take on within our communities to do that type of outreach, as well as the volunteering, and thank you, and all the participation that you're doing. If you have the chance, another thing you can do is also be a voice for us all too, knowing that some people will truly hear you in ways that they might not hear a researcher or a person coming in from the outside. So that's one thing I want to emphasize. The other thing I just want to make known that you probably know already, here's a duh statement. The researchers, the WADRC, they really do want to hear from you. And our ideas are incorporated in what they do. You have an impact on how your community is received in the research. So please provide that. When they ask, when they truly want to know, and it will change things. I've seen it happen, for example, of what's happening here in South Madison at the partnership across the African American community. I've seen the wonderful work of what Fabu Carter is doing and Venus Washington is doing, and other folks have really had a fantastic impact. I'm seeing the change now with what's happening now with the contacts with the Oneida Nation and the understandings that are being established, and that the staff and the researchers are asking, how do we connect with your community to best have your the needs met in the most appropriate ways? So please provide that feedback. You will be heard, and it will do nothing but improve, really, for all of us. So really, that's my last point. Thank you for being here. Thank you for participating. We're making a difference, and I just can't think of anything more important. So enjoy the rest of the evening. I'm looking forward to hearing the scientists and everything that's going on. Take care.